Tuesday, February 16th, 2 days after Valentine's Day and Shay's birthday, and we're grateful for Shay, and she's doing great. Went to see her at her work the other day, and I know their workers that she works with really enjoys her as well. But it's good to see in her work setting there, and we're proud of her and what she's doing here. A couple things before we get into this chapter. A couple of vlogs ago, I was talking about what was going on as my own sons came back from their missions. Tyler and Mac and Rhett and so forth, and recollections from those situations, and those were very positive and enjoyed those very much. I forgot to tell you about some recollections I have about my own return from my own mission about 112 years ago. Actually, it was 1971. Yeah, that's a long time. Yeah, 54 years, something like that. I remember, the excitement of coming home. Didn't get too trunky before I left. I mean, I did go to see some people that I had known on my mission and so forth, but it wasn't months or weeks ahead, spurring your bags and shutting down the work. So I don't think we did that, but I remember getting more and more excited as the time came, so that I was able to rejoin my family, and of course Vicky, she waited for me, which I've mentioned several times is a rare thing. I think I was the only one in my whole mission where my girlfriend had waited for me. All the rest of them that I knew of got the infamous Dear John or whatever. Well, it happens way more than it doesn't, so it's a rare thing. But don't remember all the details, the circumstances, but I do remember that, of course, my dad was there, my mom was there, my sister Pam was at the airport. I think she was going to BYU and probably came up from Provo. Tom, I don't believe was there, if my memory serves me correct. Don't know why, to tell you the truth. Jan and Gary were married, so I'm sure they were doing the married thing, and so they weren't there. But of course Vicky was there, and I got to thinking, why? What were the logistics? How did she get there? I think she must have come with my mom and dad, because she didn't have a car. I mean, we didn't drop her off anywhere. After the airport, we came back to Soda Springs. We stopped in at Montpelier and saw my grandma and grandpa, and that was a great thing. But I think she came with my mom and dad to the airport. So anyway, that's as I recall it. But it was an exciting day to get on that plane, and then knowing when it landed, when I got off, and there weren't, the things, enclosed things you get off. I got off of the plane and walked on the tarmac into the airport terminal, and I remember it was a sunny day, and I couldn't see very well into the glass, but when I got closer, I noticed that my family was there, and of course Vicky was there, and we had a great time there. So, well, at any rate, that's that. This is chapter 46. We're getting toward the end of these books here. Won't have too many. I think we got 3 or 4 more chapters to go here, but this is chapter 46. Advice to my grandkids. I liked what I said in the book. 2 or 3 additional ideas. Would hope that not just the grandkids, but everybody would be well-rounded, that you have interests in varied things in your life. and don't become a one item or a one trick pony. And I say that from experience. I've said this before. I knew all there was to know about athletics. That's what I enjoyed. That's what I did. That's what I thought about. Could quote you all the stuff, but not terribly important there. So, I mean, that was I knew stuff about other areas of the world and so forth, but my concentrated effort was totally on sports. So well-roundedness. Know something about science and literature and what's going on in the world. That's very, very important to becoming well-rounded and to have extensive knowledge in many of these areas. I think that's an important thing. The glory of God is intelligence, as it is said. He is the most intelligent being in the universe, and he knows all of these things. The things that we look on as miracles are not miracles to him because he knows how to do it. We've got a long way to go to even approximate any of that, but having knowledge about all of these things is very, very important. A trivial example of this, when we get together as a family, and invariably the conversation turns to some television shows, some movies, some quotes. I mean, my family, particularly my boys, can quote you stuff from movies and television shows. I mean, it's amazing how they remember that. And the movies that I know, the old movies, I can quote those as well. I mean, I understand those and so forth. So when we talk about the old movies, Paint Your Wagon and Necessary Roughness and the Mad, 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 Mad World, those kinds of things, I can identify with that, and I can join in with that conversation very well. But they have become connoisseurs of movies and television shows that I don't have a lot of interest in. The cartoons or the animated, I don't know what they call them, but those miss me totally. I can't even name some of them. There was one with the big long neck with the green people in it. I don't know what those were, what that's called. But they can quote all those. They can. And the Marvel movies and all of that stuff. And the television shows, the new ones that they kind of watch. And I don't watch those very much. So I'm a little out to lunch on those, but so being well-rounded, I think, is a really important thing. One other thought, do what is right. If we could do what is right always, that would be a great thing. That's not possible. We're humans. We're not going to do what is right all the time. But if we could make right decisions, do what is right, and as the song says, let the consequence follow. And there are consequences for actions that we take. If they're not popular, if they're right, we need to pursue right decisions. And if we can do what is right always, to the best of our ability, we'll be happier, we'll be better off. Last thing, to my grandkids, of course, and I want you to know that you have been blessed as my grandkids with great, great parents. What a blessing they are. Hopefully you understand what a blessing to have your parents in your lives. Many of your friends, and I'm sure you can identify with this, many of your friends in school don't have the home life that you are enjoying now. What a blessing, what an advantage to have great parents who are willing to set good examples for you, to teach you as best they can, Heavens knows they're not perfect. None of us are, but they are great parents. They've done a great job. I'm so proud of all of my grandkids, and the reason is they have been taught well by their parents. So what a blessing it is to have those great parents, because a lot of the world does not enjoy great parenting. And if we could re-engender the necessity of family and parents in the home, we'd be way further ahead. Thanks very much. Have a great day.